Well, welcome Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is your reading for Taurus season. So, welcome to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. If you are new, welcome back. If you are a regular viewer, so we are leaning into our earth signs and what this Taurus season holds for you. So, you should feel pretty much at home, right? You are the foundation layers. If the fire signs are the ones who clear the path or start to blaze the trail, then our earth signs are the ones who lay the foundation and build the structures, right? They are associated with the pentacles in the tarot. So, and that is all about the things that we need to survive. So we're going straight into it, and we're using the Ganesha deck, Stephen Farmer Earth Magic, the Wandering Star Tarot, that's the back, and our Angel Dreams Oracle deck. So we'll go right into Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. How are we? How is everyone? Today is Monday, the 21st. Hopefully everyone has had a lovely weekend, lovely Easter celebration if you celebrate Easter. And let's get right into this and to see what guidance is for Taurus in Taurus season. So Taurus, you might be feeling a little more inspired, a little more excited. I mean, I know I tend to feel that way when I am in my season, right? When the season finally hits for me. So let's see for our Taurus friends. The Ganesha deck holds for you divine support. And it is card number 48. I don't know if you can see that. 48 is right here. Divine support. And this has been, and I've said this before, this has been a big theme lately throughout our readings. So let's see where this leads us to. And this has, those of you who practice yoga will know, this is the, if you can see the symbol in there on Ganesha, I carry this symbol on my wrist. When I first started practicing yoga, I saw that symbol, and it's Hindu, it means God. So I will have God right here as my reminder of my connection to that which is greater than me, for the divine connection. How about that? That is always there. Okay, Earth Magic, what message do you have for Taurus today as they're leaning into their divine support? Okay, 2 cards fell out. Fire, Passion, and Mountain Strength. So we'll take both of them because they both fell out. So Fire, Passion, and there's a man standing there, and he's got like the wand, and that's on fire. So he looks like one of those fire breathers if you ever see them in a performance. But let's see what this says. Passion, right? So fire is all about passion, igniting. They tend to get a little out of control, but let's see what passion is igniting for our Taurus friends. I have to find it here. It'd be nice if I could read, and then I'd be able to find it. Okay, so Taurus, passion, fire. Since the dawn of humankind, we've been fascinated by fire. As soon as early humans were able to make fire, it changed our lifestyle dramatically. Through its capacity to generate heat and light, fire made it possible to cook food, stay warm in cooler climates, and keep predators away at night. And of course, that huge furnace called the sun is the spark of life here on Earth, bringing not only the necessary warmth of its incredibly huge ball of fire, but also the life-giving rays of light emitted by that fire. In this card, the man is enacting an ancient ceremonial fire dance originating from Samoa, at one time performed to ignite the passion of warriors before battle. Fire can inspire other passions as well. We speak of being on fire or catching fire phrases signifying that we possess an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. No wonder that passion has come to be associated with fire. So right away, lighting up these passions, right? And let's go to mountain strength. So divine support, especially if a lot of heated passion is uncomfortable for our earth signs, they like to take their time. And this could be a really big impulsive time for you, and it could make you feel a little insecure. So that could be where you need to lean into your divine support and your mountain strength. Just look at these mountains. The massiveness of the mountains in this image, bearing the blankets of snow as spectacular hues from the sun reflect its body, evokes a sense of impenetrable and immovable strength and stature. A mountain's quiet, resolute immensity leaves us in awe and inspires us to reach for greater heights. Yet, it can also pose challenges. The firm base of the mountain evolves to the narrowest crest in its attempt to reach the sky. More daring individuals become enamored by the peak and see it as something to conquer, although it can never truly be conquered. When the mountain feels threatened in some way or simply shrugs its shoulders, the strength exhibited can wreak havoc for all beings caught in its skin. So you can never conquer the mountain. And we never really conquer anything anyway. We learn and we move forward. So again, if you're trying to conquer something or overcome something or get to the top pillar of something because you're impassioned, right? You have this deep burning desire. Lean on your divine inner support. So let's pull our tarot. This is for our Taurus friends for the season of Taurus. And let's see what guidance that the tarot holds for our earthly friends. That was too many cards. That's a whole bunch of cards. So when that happens, I don't pull them. And this is the Wandering Star Tarot. Okay. 5 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. So 5 of Cups tends to be, and I'll show you the cards, leaving something behind or healing the past to move into the future. This came out for Sagittarius in the fire readings yesterday, the 5 of Cups. So let's see what else comes out. So right, we have to kind of say goodbye to what isn't working or what we're finished with or what lessons we have learned in order to move forward. And 3 of Pentacles is all about community and working together, building something new. 1 card came out face down. And again, I will pull these cards open for you. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to make its way. 2 cards face up, 1 face down. We have the Tower. Now let's see how this associates with the 5 of Cups. We have the Tower. The 7 of Wands, a lot of hard work. Knight of Pentacles. So you have, and the King of Wands. Okay, so Taurus, 5 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. You have Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. 7 of Wands, the Tower. So healing something from your past or saying goodbye to something, knowing that you've given it your best, but it's time to walk away. It's time to go into a new direction. If for you, this feels like it is a relationship, do yourself a favor and give gratitude for the joy you had in the relationship, for all the good it brought to you. Even some relationships end. I mean, not all relationships are meant to carry us through our entire life. But if this is a relationship for you, and you know it's just time to step away, take a moment and just give some gratitude to it as you release it. Thank you for taking me to this point of my journey. Thank you for the spiritual, emotional, and personal growth that you've provided for me. Thank you for the joy, happiness, and laughter, right? Sometimes when we give it gratitude, it's a little easier to continue on our journey because you're building a new future. You're going into, I almost get the feeling, although the card is not here, of the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords, like completely moving away, going to something new, going on to a new adventure, building a new future. And you have, again, Knight of Wands. This is your fire. This is your passion. Knight of Pentacles. Right? You're moving away from the hard times and you're moving into a more peaceful place within yourself. The Tower comes up to help you to release the final pieces or the final crumbs that you're still holding on to. If you still have something tethered to what you're trying to let go of, the Tower is going to come up and say, hold on, let's get rid of these things because you're working sometimes really hard to hold on to the past. So if you find that your wands are, again, it's associated with the element of fire. If you're still working hard to hold on to the past, the Tower is going to come along and it's going to say, okay, it's time. It's time to let go because you have things to do. You have a new future to create for yourself. And Taurus, everyone is moving into a new future. And technically we kind of do that every day. But this is really big, massive changes. Now we have the new moon coming up in Taurus. So this is the first, it's not the first new moon of the zodiacal new year, but it is the first new year, the first new moon after eclipse portal. So this new moon will actually close off the portals to the eclipse. So right around the new moon, I think it's the 25th is the new moon, you're probably going to feel this closure happen more intensely around the new moon, right? And this is your new moon. So set those intentions. What is lighting you on fire, or what do you want to illuminate in your life? Or maybe what do you want to light on fire? That could be, right? You have the Tower, right? And there's lightning bolts that kind of burning down the last connection to whatever is holding you or keeping you from your expansiveness, right? Knight of Wands, there's passion, there's energy, there's exuberance, there's this wanting to get into that new start, right? You started with the Three of Pentacles. You're probably going to start holding on a little bit, maybe out of fear, maybe out of unknown. But this fire inside of you is going to push you forward. It's going to ignite anything or maybe burn away any fear that you have. And remember, Taurus, you have divine support. So you're an earth sign. You don't like to go too quickly. So take a moment. You don't have to rush. The next card on the bottom is King of Wands, right? So you're leaning into uncharted territory. Fire and earth. I talked about this a little bit under the fire signs. They have to learn how to get along. And things can feel a little overheated or too fast for you. So you're moving into, Taurus, new territory. It may feel like you're slipping backwards a little bit, but you're actually moving forward. So take a moment. In yoga, there is the base pose for all of yoga is mountain pose or Tadasana, where you stand, feet planted down, shoulders back, palms forward, and you are your own mountain. So stand in the mountain of you. Maybe take a yoga class. Maybe do mountain pose. Maybe go hiking up some mountain trails. What feels like it is inviting you, Taurus? Listen to the invitation. Okay. Angel Dreams card fell out. We'll take the card. Orange, creativity, sacral chakra. Again, you're really going to get a little uncomfortable here because things are heating up. Your pace is going to start going faster than you had anticipated. So this in yoga is the sacral chakra. This is the hips, the pelvis, your reproductive organs, your elimination organs. This is where the place where life begins. This is the place of joy and pleasure and sensuality. Now, Taurus can be sensual in a reserved way because you are ruled by Venus, right? But you can be a little reserved. So some of you are going to be coming out of that shell or out of that comfort zone and lean a little more into it. So Svatanista is the Sanskrit name for the sacral chakra, creativity and change. This card is encouraging you to express your creativity, discover hidden talents, make some positive changes in your life. Orange resonates with the sacral chakra, which is related to the energy of optimism and confidence. Change the social sphere, including family and society, and creative expression such as singing and dancing. This card asks you to explore pleasurable activities. What attracts or repels you? Orange is calling you for you to free your sensuality. Oh boy. Lean into your inner Venus there. Allow yourself to feel desirable. Fully awaken to this moment of sensations and emotions. Enjoy your journey. Transform the mundane into something special, right? You're really starting to get out of your comfort zone, Taurus, and it's a beautiful thing. By doing so, you open up to a whole new perspective on your daily life. Let go of your judgments. Archangels are Metatron, Uriel, Gabriel, Raguel, Jophiel, and Sandalphon. Do affirmation work. It is time to make social changes. You can even boost your confidence and energy by wearing the color orange. So an orange and blues go very well together. And even this card, right? Divine support. Look at the oranges in here. I mean, these cards come together in more ways. And see that you have the same half crescent here, or crown chakra here, as is in the Om symbol. Fire, passion for our Taurus friends. Things are heating up. Enjoy it and enjoy this phase. Let me put these cards back in the deck and we'll get on to our Virgo friends. But let's get everything back into the decks. So, Taurus, let me know if this is resonating with you. If it's giving you a little pause to step back. If you're feeling a little uncertain or insecure with this, right? And it's natural when you get out of your comfort zone. Especially going straight into an element of fire, which gives life and can completely destroy something, right? It can burn everything to the ground. So, Taurus, let me know how that resonates with you. Virgo. Hello, Virgo. So, if Taurus, as our first earth sign, sets the foundation, you start to build the structure. You are the architect. You are the planner. You are the one who has everything written down, and nothing happens unless if it's on that page, right? Unless if you have planned for it. So, and again, all these things tend to go in order because we have a beginning, middle, and an end of things. So let's see what the cards hold for Virgo. And a card popped right out. Nurture, card number 38. And look at this. She's holding her baby Ganesha. Oh, So nurture, card number 38. So if 38 means anything to you, if that number means something to you, Virgo. So let's see what earth magic cards hold for our Virgo friends. Nurture. So you may need to nurture yourself, especially if, sorry, my fingers tend to lock up, especially if Taurus is getting a little heated, right? You might have to nurture yourself a little bit here, but let's see what the earth magic holds for you. Okay, 3 cards came out, so we're only going to take the top one because, or else we'll be here all day. Nurture yourself, nurture and vulnerability. Even these colors kind of go together, right? So vulnerability, meadow, very in alignment with our earth. The earthly signs. So vulnerability, meadow. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush rolling fields urge us to relax and stay for a while. So nurturing yourself maybe in nature, right? Maybe laying down in a field of wildflowers. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying, and in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility, enjoying the 360-degree view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. So maybe go back to the foundation of the mountain, right? The tallest peak is very small, and that could be you're growing. If we go back to Taurus, and they're getting out of their comfort zone, leaning into more passion and fire, moving into a new phase or going to a new place, that's vulnerability. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear, the capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. So this might be tuning in to your inner self. Now, Taurus had the card of divine support. Just because it was with Taurus does not mean it does not guide you as well, because these are all the earth signs. So if you start to feel vulnerable, lean into that divine support. Close your eyes. What do you need to nurture yourself through shifts and changes? Right? Take your time. Make your list. You know what you need, Virgo. Write it down. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Virgo friends in this season of Taurus, in this very grounded, earthly, just starting to set foundations. So this, Virgo, could be a new foundation for you. Being vulnerable, maybe feeling like you're a little exposed, especially if you're going into something as started in Taurus with a little more passion and heat, getting out of your comfort zone. Maybe leaning into your sensual aspects. King of Wands. That was on the root. That was the last card on the root of the deck for our Taurus friends. So he is now leading you, right? You're motivated. You're energized. You are ready to experience something new. You've accumulated all of this wisdom. And it's time to allow that wisdom to be your guide and to be comfortable with what you know. Some of you may be sharing your wisdom as well with others. So let's see. Virgo, your cards are being a little shy. Oh, here we go. King of Wands, Eight of Swords, 3 cards face down. What's on the root? Again, 7 of Wands. And we saw how I shuffled, right? 7 of Wands. Here we go. King of Swords. You're gaining clarity. King of Wands, King of Swords. So let's go into this. King of Swords is at the 7 of Wands, King of Swords. We have King of Wands, 8 of Swords, and we have 3 cards face down. 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups. So our dear friend, Virgo, you are the planner. And although you are an earth sign, there's a lot of thought and logic and that comes with you. But you're being asked to get out of your mind, to let those thoughts go. Because the King of Wands, again, our kings, our queens, they are self-made, they are wise, they have accumulated wisdom and passion and desire. Wands, again, associated with the element of fire that came up for our Taurus friends. But sometimes you don't want to keep yourself safe. If you don't know where you're going because the plan is not laid out for you, you haven't figured out your plan, you could kind of stop yourself. I feel like some of yours are kind of pausing and taking a step back. And this vulnerability of leaning into your passion and allowing yourself to be guided by your wisdom is a little fearful for you. But you know what? Like, fruitfulness, like 9 of Cups. This is in the traditional Rider-Waite. There's a gentleman sitting there and there's a rainbow above with 9 cups. Fulfillment, wishes, dreams, learning to trust your intuition. 7, and then the Swords comes back again. So you have this desire. You're leaning into your vulnerability, right? You're nurturing yourself. And then you go, oh, so there's a little back and forth, I think, for some of our Virgo friends. Then you go, oh, no, wait a minute. I don't have a plan, though. Because you like plans, right? And then you go, oh, wait a minute, no, I don't, I'm just going to hold myself back a little bit because I don't have a plan. Then the 9 of Cups comes along and says, don't worry. You are wise. You are divinely guided. Everything is waiting for you. And then you go, okay, you relax a little bit into your vulnerability. And then the 7 of Swords comes back up. And it says like, oh, wait a minute. Like, do I have everything I need? Can I trust myself along the way? And then the Queen of Cups comes along and says, you have this. You have this. King of Wands and Queen of Cups. This came up in our community reading for everyone, for the general reading for the collective for Taurus. Fire and water, right? 2 complete opposites that can be very destructive with one another, coming and merging together, creating a new harmony, a new sense of harmony, a new ignited passion. Both have to be vulnerable because, the King of Wands can absolutely boil her to nothing, right? And she can absolutely put out his dreams, but when they decide to trust and be vulnerable and work in harmony, and I think there's a harmonious cycle coming, then when that trust comes in and you allow yourself to lean in, that's when everything opens. Then you stop working so hard. You realize how long you've been working for nothing. And then everything becomes clear. everything becomes clear. All the doubts, from all the hard work, all the doubts wash away. Everything, you all of a sudden you get this sense of deep clarity, and you go, oh, wait a minute. I got this. I got this because I am wise. I have taken everything I have learned in this life, and it's brought me to this moment. Now, you have not learned everything you will ever need to know in life, because life is always a constant process of learning, which is great. We should never stop learning, especially about ourselves and the world around us. But everything you have accumulated till now, Virgo, you're finally going to exhale and say, oh, wait a minute. This abundance, this prosperity, this complete sense of being loved and supported. This is what I want. I have my intuition is strong. I'm allowing myself to be nurtured by that inner guidance. Virgo, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Completely out of your comfort zone. Definitely out of the normal or natural realm for you. So a lot of breakthroughs here. So let's come into our angel dreams card for our Virgo friends. And what dreams are the angels holding for you, right? So Virgo, let me know if this is making any sense to you, if anything in your life starts to open up a little bit, if you're feeling a little like you need to take a step back, if you're maybe not clear on where you're going, or maybe you don't want to see the path in front of you. That's an option. You can always choose not to see the path. It's your choice. Maybe not the wisest choice, but it is your choice, right? Reaching for your dreams. Go for it. Here we go. So you are coming out of this. You're coming away from this. And the Queen of Cups, and not of Cups, right? Go for your dreams. Just go for it. Go for it. Live your passion. Go for it. You've got clarity. Go for your dreams. I said reaching for you. And this is the card, just so you know. This is what it says. Let's pour it out. Let's read the book and see what it says. I just love it. I just love it. So Virgo, reaching for your dreams. Go for it. The answer is yes. The exclamation point. Go for it. Dreams come in many forms, such as daydreams, hopes, and wishes. When you hold your goals and desires within your heart, they have time to incubate in the sacred space. You may feel doubts from time to time, and this is your doubt. Right? This is your doubt, and this is your doubt. You may feel doubts from time to time about whether or not your dreams will come to fruition. Trust that you were given the seeds of your desires from the great universe for a purpose. Your dreams would not have been placed in your mind and heart if you weren't supposed to accomplish and live them. The universe is supporting you. All is in perfect alignment as your dreams are ready to be made manifest. Oh wow. So the archangels associated for you, Virgo, all of them. Every single archangel. Now, there's so many, I can't even name them. But it says all archangels are associated with this. Give thanks for the blessings in your life. You may want to keep a gratitude journal, perform small ceremonies, or just smile. Remember your connection to all that is. Nurture yourself. You're going to need it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and expansive. Virgo, this is lovely. This is lovely. Just reaching for your dreams. Like, so if you have a yes or no question, like, should you do this or should you do that? Should you move here? Should you talk to this person? Should you get the new car, the new house? Whatever it is, the answer is yes. And it's not too many times, Virgo, when cards come up with a definitive yes or no. Usually there's a whole, no, you go here and you do that. Usually there's a whole process for reaching our yes or no answers. But yours came straight out. So a card fell down. So I'm going to grab the card. And I don't know what it is. I'm going to just put it in the deck. And it will come into our Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. How are we? So we will pull our Ganesha card, Capricorn. So if Taurus lays the foundation for our structure, right? And that has to be solid. And our Virgos are building the dream. Then our Capricorns bring it into fruition. They bring it into reality. They do the decorating. Capricorns, they're kind of like the royalty of the tarot. They like the finer things. And so does Taurus. And so does Libra as well. But they like things to be just so. So they are like the finishing touches to everything. I just love Capricorns. So let's see what the Ganesha deck holds for our Capricorn friends. Okay, so 2 cards turned up. Sustenance and guidance. Sustenance card number 7. Again, what do you need, right? Earth signs, they are about sustenance. What we need for survival in this world. What do we need to sustain ourselves? And guidance. Going back into the divine guidance that we got in Taurus. Card number 33. Card number 7 at the bottom here. And card 33. So just take a moment and look at these images. And to see if anything in these images resonate. And I love that there's a pineapple right here. And there's a bowl of fruit here. So anyway, what do we need to sustain ourselves? And part of the things that we need to sustain ourselves through life is our spiritual connection. Whether it is a deeply religious connection or a general connection to all things energetic, right? Guidance is something that we need to sustain ourselves. Even those who say that they don't have a belief in a higher source or power, in moments of trauma and tragedy, they're usually calling on something. And most people will say that if they don't believe in a higher power, they tend to believe in angels or some type of spiritual support or the energy of their loved ones who have passed on to the other side. They still believe that there's guidance out there, even if they don't believe in the supreme being. I'm just saying that. So our Earth Magic deck, what does this hold for our Capricorns? With our guidance and our sustenance, right? Olive has made her way in here. Pull this back. And we have Whale, Breach, B-R-E-A-C-H, Whale. So let's see what this says for our Capricorn friends. Let me see if I can. Breach, B-R-E-A-C-H. This powerful creature of the ocean takes a few great sweeps of his fins and propels himself briefly out of the waters where he spends the majority of his life. He's taking a breath from the ordinary earth element in which he lives to exist even for a few moments in the realm of the blue skies. Of the blue skies and sun, having broken through the skin of the ocean in a magnificent display of fullness and strength. All baleen, B-A-L-E-E-N, whales breach, but none more spectacularly than the humpbacks, considered the acrobats of this family. They arch, stretch, and twist their bodies even as they approach the surface of the water in what may be an ancient mating ritual, a form of communication, or even a way to remove parasites. In this image, the humpback whale that has burst out of the ocean expresses an almost palpable feeling of release and joy. Often when we manage to change our environment, to break through illusory blockages, we experience an intense feeling of relief, and can let go of any previously held fears and assumptions of what would happen once we did overcome that barrier. So simply getting away from the trance of technology for a few hours and spending time in nature is a breach from the trappings of civilization that can suffocate us and prevent us from connecting to Earth. So this is breaking free, right? Always getting back to Earth. It is the best medicine. So this sustenance, spending time in nature, is a big, powerful message for all of the signs now. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Capricorn friends. Hi, Olive. And she's just kind of moving back and forth under here. Hi. What does the tarot hold for our Capricorn friends as we are in the season of Taurus? Okay, Capricorn, you seem to be pretty set. You're like, I'm good. So let's see if anything pops out. Was a face down card, so we'll turn that over. We want to see if anything else wants to make its way, or I can choose the cards, but I like to let the cards decide on their own if they are ready to come out, or ones that tend to stick out. Two face down cards, so Capricorns are being a little on the mysterious side today. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is an upright card. There's another card face down. Okay. We're not going to take all these cards. But there is a card that fell on the floor. I will grab that, and we will take that one. Okay, we have two cards face down. We have the Pentacles, of Ace of Pentacles, two cards face down. Let's see. On the root, Page of Cups. So pages are our messengers. They're the playful ones. They're the ones who remind us to find joy in life. The Mother Star. This is an extra card in this deck, so I'm going to have to read that for you. Seven of Wands again. So let's see how that plays into here. That's come up for every sign, all of our earth signs. Let me pull out this, because the Mother Star is that's a yes card as well. So let's get into it, Capricorn. Nine of Swords. What are you worried about, Capricorn? And again, all of our earth signs are going into something completely different. They're going into uncharted territory. They're being really vulnerable, moving into something really opposite of themselves. So the first card, Nine of Swords. Now, I still have two cards face down. So what are you worrying about? Capricorn, what are you worried about? Especially since you are the hierarchy of most of astrology. So what are you worried about? If you have two of cups, there's There's harmony coming your way. Maybe you might be coming away from a situation. And again, you have to pull the rest of the cards. But the feeling is that you're coming out of a situation that was not harmonious, that caused you a lot of stress and a lot of tension, that caused you a lot of worry and uncertainty. So if this is resonating for some of, and this is, again, this is our general readings, right? And this is all for our sun, moon, and rising signs. But if you have coming out of a situation where you felt unsafe, and that's been keeping you up at night, harmony and balance and choice is coming your way. New leaves growing, right? A new growth awaits you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is our first card up. Aces, as very much as in pages, are new beginnings. This is your chance to build the world. And Pentacles, right? Associated with the element of earth. This is your opportunity to create the life that you want, to start building the life of your dreams. And we have two cards face down, so let's see what they are. Yeah, Eight of Wands and Judgment. Once you realize that you start to step away, or you breach, right? You break through. A lot of breakthroughs for our earth signs. Once you break through the surface or the ceiling that's been keeping you held, maybe feeling like you've been held underwater and unable to breathe, and you realize that that's not right for you, and then you see, I have choices. I have choices. I'm going to now start, and this is for so many, I'm going to start building and creating the life that I want, not the life that someone said I should have. And I'm breaking through and breaking free of whatever has held me back. I'm leaning into my internal, heartfelt soul guidance. Not these thoughts. The mind can be a trickster. My internal guidance. And I'm leaning into what sustains me. What do I need to sustain myself in this life? Once you realize, Capricorn, that you have the ability to create the life of your choosing. Eight of Wands, right? Again, there's a little Sagittarius Archer there. She came out yesterday for our fire signs. It's like you're like lighting this arrow on fire. You have your goal, you have your focus, and you are straight on. You're finally aiming for what you want. You're finally breaking free. You see Judgment, right? She's got like little butterfly wings here. You're breaking free. Another, breaking free from the thoughts or from the nightmare. For some of you, might be coming from out of a really deep, abusive situation. You're breaking free. You are moving to a higher self. I'm going to go to this. And again, Page of Cups. Some of you have been through a situation where there's been very little to no joy, happiness, real supportive love. And the Page of Cups is here to say, this is your birthright. Start to claim it. Start to believe it. Mother Star is a yes card. I'm going to read it though. This deck has two additional cards in it outside of the traditional tarot. So last time I tried to find her, I couldn't find her. So let me see if I can find Mother Star. Because here we go. Oh, look at that. Right there. Okay, so Capricorns, this is it. This is what you need. The path that has led you to where you are today has been filled with twists and turns. There may have been times when you doubted yourself and lost faith in your guides. And you have a card of guidance. The Mother Star's appearance means you are coming to a place now where you can look back and see that every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much needed lesson. The strength, courage, and character you've gained along the way have made you into a unique and resilient person. It's time to step up and embody your full potential. The Mother Star holds a cup and a sword. She wears a pentacle around her neck and is flanked by wands. Her journey and soul exploration connect her with a balanced way to each suit of the minor arcana. So maybe the feminine version of the magician. And if she appears in a reading where you have a specific yes or no question, she represents a resounding yes. Her guide, a gentle three-eyed winged tiger, is also here to offer you assistance, vision, and strength as you embark on this new chapter of transformation. Wow, Capricorn, I love this. I love this. How are you feeling, Capricorn? It's a big time for our Capricorns. So let's pull our angel dreams for our Capricorn friends and see what this holds. And that will close out our reading for our earth signs under our Taurus energy, our Taurus season. So angel dreams, what do you hold? Okay, there's a lot of cards that came out. I'll just take the top card. Dragonfly. I'm not even going to look at the other ones. Transformation, magic, illusion. Perfect card. Bright yellow, sacral chakra, right? How you see yourself. Let's see Dragonfly. Again, transformation, magic, illusion. This card is reminding you to use creative imagination as a force within your life. It can transform your world. When you utilize your mind in this manner, you're actively expanding yourself physically. Do not allow illusion to hold you back. Know that nothing is permanent or set in stone. You can change your life. Dragonfly, weaver of dreams, is the symbol of transformation and new visions. I love this. This bringer of light also reminds you to keep yourself light, carefree. Harness your light and magic and allow light and divine inspiration to illuminate your path. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it. Peek behind the veil and discover the magic waiting for you. So let me see, does not give any angels that work with this. This says, work with this card to see through the veil of illusions so that you may be clear on those things that matter most to you. There's an underlying purpose for the situation about which you're inquiring. Trust that all will be revealed in divine timing for the greater good. Capricorn, I love this for you. I love this for all of our signs, all of our earth signs. Hopefully you have found some guidance, some inspiration, a new way of moving through your life or experiencing life on your terms. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments or reach out to me personally if you would like to schedule a discovery call to see what kind of reading would best suit you. Feel free to send me an email. Until next time, everyone, always sending you light and love from my soul to yours, and I will see you in the next reading.